What's up, Internet? Xiagax here, coming at you with a bit of an update here. I just needed to talk to you about my most recent absence from YouTube and what's been going on. It's not really anything all that major, but I will talk about why I've actually been absent for the most part, starting with the most minor reasons up to the most major. If you have been keeping up with my channel, then you'll know that I've actually kind of started playing RuneScape again, and I wanted to actually keep up with the goals that I set out to do back in January. So that's the most minor reasons, excuse me. I'm a little bit tired here. I've been having to work a lot more than I usually have had in the past. Anyhow, so the next reason was there was a bit of a scare that went around on Reddit some time ago, where a player who was allegedly deaf in real life, or hard of hearing, one of the two, he made a thread where he talked about a quote-unquote exploit in which he was error-coded out of the game, and when he came back he found one of his guns dismantled. Basically, somebody told him to dismantle his gun, and he told them no. He then found that his gun was dismantled, and he was pretty much screwed, and he went to blame it on this exploit that somebody supposedly performed. I was actually a bit concerned, and I didn't play the game for about a week because I was afraid of losing a gun, because if somebody was quite pissed off at me, they could quite easily perform this exploit and inconvenience me quite badly, and I certainly do not want to have to lose a weapon over some jackass screwing me over. However, after a bit of poking and prodding, another Redditor tried to figure out how this supposed glitch worked, tried to look into it as much as he could, and when he couldn't find any information himself, he tried to go back to the person that said that somebody performed this said exploit to him. This person then refused to give him any further information and basically tried to keep his mouth shut, basically trying to get any attention away from him from then on, and basically got called out for supplying false information, basically straight up lying to the subreddit of Our Destiny, the game, just for 15 minutes of fame. Which does not surprise me, considering that's how some of the Destiny community actually works. They are willing to just throw out whatever they think is cool for 15 minutes of fame, because everyone has to be in the mentality of, look at me, look at me. I don't care. If you put out a crap video, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to care that much. If you put out a shitty montage, I'm certainly not going to watch it. But either way, basically that's what ended up happening, is this guy needed about 15 minutes of fame and just had no consideration how it was going to affect the community whatsoever. Basically, he basically lied to a bunch of people and put a lot of false fear into people. Well, I wouldn't say false, but just put a lot of false information in people's heads and just caused people to go in a bit of a panic for a little bit. Either way, his post was then removed after being called out, and when somebody straight up proved that it was false and that no such exploit existed, he was then removed from I believe he was removed from the Destiny subreddit. I don't know for sure, but I think he was. It would make sense he was. Which, yeah, so if when somebody says something like that, of course, I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to wait until that gets fixed. That would sound like it's a pretty major thing if somebody wanted to piss you off because you pissed them off for whatever reason. But anyhow, the most major reason that I have just not been playing Destiny for the last month has just gotten quite boring. It has just been very repetitive at this point, and I think it's gotten to the point where I'm just going to give it a break. Now, this is not to say that Nightfalls won't come back. They will indeed come back. And when will they come back? Well, I think it's pretty obvious. It's going to come back when the Taken King comes out this September. Obviously, there will be new stuff, and no doubt the new strikes will come out as the expansion comes out. So, yeah. With the current state of the game, basically, PvP is not playable either, and that is something that I have found that I can enjoy for a little bit, but right now the weapon balance that is coming to the game is certainly necessary, and I applaud it, even though there are some things that we have to sacrifice. But at this point, particularly with Galahorn, let's face it, as much as we like it, as much as we know it melts bosses, people use it as a bit of a prerequisite to enter their fire teams, which makes them look extremely pretentious and overall a huge douche. Seriously, if you have to put on your fire team request that you have to have a Galahorn, you're not very skilled. It's very evident that you are relying on people to carry you with a weapon that is obviously going to tear enemies a new one. So overall, yes, I am just kind of putting Destiny down for a little bit until the new DLC comes along. That's not to say that I won't be keeping up with news. I will try to report news to you, whether it be Destiny or anything else that's interesting that I might come along. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about right about now, guys. I'm gonna go back to playing some RuneScape and getting some mad XP gains until about the next video. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.